Hey everybody, it's your hospitality friend Glenn, and I found Moneesh Arora. Yeah, you know him, CEO of Unifocus, those great people that have been doing a lot of sponsorships with us. Hey, this is unsolicited. Go check them out. Unifocus.com, technology that drives value. Speaking of technology driving value, I can't go anywhere without hearing AI everywhere. Is that really the future here? Is that really going to help with, saving expenses and all that kind of stuff?
Yes and no.
Yes.
So, like anything,
I like how you just committed to one direction there.
it's the new shiny object, right? And if you think, I was at a panel this morning and we talked a lot.
And we're recording this at the NYU Hospitality Conference.
Yes, a great conference so far. I was at a panel this morning and the topic was cost management, and came up, hey, will AI replace people? And my deal, and the panelists agreed, is that AI is going to enhance the guest experience, the ability for people serving people to take the menial, non-value added tasks and to automate them. And what I talked about specifically is AI is like the equivalent where we were with, you remember in Maps when we had MapQuest?
Yeah.
And now we've got Google Maps, and what an evolution.
I was the MapQuest champion of my group of friends when we were at the concerts.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't know what MapQuest is, that'll tell you, like, it was a map, but it wasn't accurate. It wasn't useful.
No.
But it was the beginning. And so we're on that same evolution with AI. The stuff that AI is putting out there is interesting, it's cool, but it's not actionable. So the evolution of AI moving from large language models, which you probably have heard of LLMs, to large action models, LAMs.
What is the difference?
One's an evolution, right? So you've got the information, AI gets trained, and we're training with all this data, but AI doesn't understand how to use judgment.
Right.
It just takes referential data and spits out more data.
Mm-hmm.
So a large action model will then help it interpret that and say, okay, this guest checked in, they've got an issue, the room control says this, and do I automatically send something to engineering? And what if I can't get someone in engineering? Oh, this is a unit, we've had issue with this room before, I'm gonna flag this as we should replace this part. Let me order that part, do we have an inventory? All going on in the background, and it's using logic, and it's using some level of judgment to interpret how serious that issue, not just in the short term, but the long term, right? So what we're doing today is really cool with ChatGPT, and you understand the flaws with all of that and the hallucinations that AI has, and that's a term that we use. If you look at what happened with Google.
I thought you were talking about me at Dead & Company last week.
No. Well, that's later tonight at the happy hour. Right. AI is still its infancy, and it's a new shiny object. Ultimately, it's going to enhance how we do business. And you look at studies from PwC from last year, 40% of people do not want automated check-in. They just don't. That may change, but they want their check-in to be easier.
I don't think that they, I want to look behind that. They say they don't want automated check-in. I think what they mean is they don't want the lack of interaction with human beings. The check-in part itself.
They want the pre-check-in email. They want to know what to expect, but there's that part where you interface with that person, you engage them, they greet you, you can ask the question about the property. Yes, you could do it via AI, but we haven't evolved to that point where that AI feels anything other than robotic.
And that's kind of what we're talking about. In the future, when things are the brand new shiny object, they really haven't reached that level where we're using them every single day. We're not talking about machine learning really anymore, because we're using that every single day when we shop on an online retailer or use our streaming services, for example. And next, when we stop talking about this AI every single day, that's when we're going to be using it. That's when it's going to be part of our lives. But most importantly, I love the point that you're making about allowing for people to serve people, because at the end of the day, that's what hospitality industry is all about, the human connections. That's why people come back to your hotels time and time again, and that's why ultimately AI is going to help people be successful by doing what you said, take away from those things that we don't want to do and allowing us to serve.
Yeah, and that's what we do best in the industry, is serving people, and it allows us to do it in a way where we're not distracted, and people feel empowered, and that's what we're all about.
I love it. Make sure you check them out at unifocus.com. So for myself, Glenn, I'm Moneesh Arora. Great seeing you. See you next time.